That's all from the Open University for today. There's more tomorrow morning on BBC Two, starting at 6:15. Today's sporting marathon on BBC One continues now with cricket, the second one-day international between England and South Africa at Old Trafford.
He was the Persuader, the man with his finger on the trigger of some of the most popular shows in television history. Join him at 7:55 for a TV night of your favourite surefire hits.
We've come to be rich and famous.
I like the sound of that.
From puppet master to patron saints of the action drama. Smash hits! Smash hits! Lord Craig and friends invite you to join them for ATV Night, tonight, 7:55 on BBC Two.
Now that was hilarious!
Yes, it was really funny.
You suppose they meant it to be?
John Malkovich.
Tell me what to do. I'll do anything you say.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Why must you deliberately destroy my peace of mind?
Uma Thurman.
I kept on saying no all the time.
Glenn Close.
All right. War.
Dangerous Liaisons, Bank Holiday Monday, 10:10. Possession is 10/10 of their law.
Now, suspicious motives in 1920s Provence. Showing as part of the BBC's French Challenge initiative, BBC Two presents the first film in Claude Berry's acclaimed double, starring Yves Montand, Gérard Depardieu and Daniel Auteuil, Jean de Florette.
Yves Montand and Daniel Auteuil will be back in the film sequel, joined by Emmanuelle Béart, who takes the title role of Jean de Florette's grown-up daughter. Manon des Sauces, this coming Bank Holiday Monday afternoon on BBC Two.
BBC Two presents an unusual collection of films, lost and found, the likes of which you may never have seen before. From director Michael Mann, The Keep.
What are you? Where do you come from?
Legendary producer Val Newton's RKO production of The Ghost Ship gets its first showing. Katharine Hepburn stars in the first television showing of Dorothy Eisner's 1933 melodrama, Christopher Strong.
You might have been killed, and I'd never have had you.
Described as the hippest film of all time, Tokyo Drifter is an extraordinary pop art gangster film. Bertolucci's Before the Revolution hasn't been seen on television for 24 years. Frank Sinatra stars in Suddenly, unseen for 23 years.
Turn it off, will you? Just another man, a man with the president.
Judy Garland and James Mason star in the first showing of the restored version of A Star is Born, complete with an extra 9 minutes. Lost and Found begins with Becky Sharp, starting Saturday the 10th of September on BBC Two.
This is no unusual scene in Northern Ireland.
The IRA says it planted the bomb which killed a man.
It's in an average town.
If you were recognised, you could expect to be beat up.
With average young people.
We have to see this as being normal, I think. And maybe that's the way we deal with it.
In 25 bloody years, what price has been paid by a generation raised with violence? BBC Two talks to the war babies tomorrow at 8.
Grandstand on BBC One now continues its cricket coverage of the one-day international between England and South Africa, with a trip to the races for the 2:30 from Goodwood. And BBC Two will be bringing you cricket from Old Trafford when we join commentary beginning at 5 to 3, along with coverage from the Commonwealth Games and show jumping from Hickstead. And now BBC Two continues its French challenge with a light-hearted look at some of the differences in attitude between us and our Gallic cousins. Vive la différence.
John Malkovich.
Tell me what to do. I'll do anything you say.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Why must you deliberately destroy my peace of mind?
Uma Thurman.
I kept on saying no all the time.
Glenn Close.
All right. War.
Dangerous Liaisons. Tonight, 10:10. Possession is 10/10 of their law.
Women on food.
I want to get so repulsively fat that I can go on a diet and lose the whole lot once and for all.
Women on men.
Sometimes I'd rather be with anybody than nobody, I suppose.
Women on fear.
Now something nasty's happened to you, it'll happen to someone else next.
Women in panic. Low-Level Panic, Wednesday at 9:25 on BBC Two.
Over on BBC One in a moment, the first of this week's live visits to the Animal Hospital with Rolf Harris and Linda Bryans. Now, on BBC Two, a French film set in the 1930s. It's the sequel to Jean de Florette, in which his daughter Manon has grown up free and wild in the hills of Provence.
To back up the launch of the BBC's French Challenge and to help you switch on to France, its language and culture, ring free phone 0800 280 000 for a French Challenge guide. Or send an A4 stamped addressed envelope to BBC French Challenge, PO Box 326, Haywards Heath, West Sussex, RH16 1GU.
You heard of self-centred people.
Her determination knows no boundaries.
You've never really come across anyone like Fiona.
Follow us around the world!
On a record-breaking journey that has no boundaries.
She was a collector of mileages. She was prepared to do anything.
Her public image is of grit and glamour, but in private...
You couldn't really find anyone more horrible than Fiona.
The final stage Europe and her greatest challenge.
It's me.
An explosive combination when Janet Street Porter joins Fiona Campbell on The Longest Walk, starting on Friday the 9th of September on BBC Two.
Oh, all aboard for a Blackpool night out. Departing at 7:30, the Blackpool tram. Sorry, no more room, you'll have to wait for the next one. First stop, Dreamtown. A look at Blackpool Town. Whoa!
But it's the only place in England where you can go start raving bonkers.
Then sit back for a quick set and blow dry in 3 salons at the seaside.
How anybody can have plastic surgery. She looks like a chipmunk, doesn't she?
You look lovely, dear. Just in time for the late film A Taste of Honey. Oh, that's Dora Bryan, isn't it? Bye, heck. Blackpool nights don't come any better than this. Tonight on BBC Two. Oh, that postcard's disgusting.
Live show jumping action on BBC Two in 40 minutes, featuring the Hickstead Derby. And that's after highlights of yesterday's Belgium Grand Prix.
They stayed only a few hours. When they had gone, a community which had lived for 1,000 years was dead.
BBC Two offers you the chance to revisit a remarkable landmark in television history. A definitive story of horrors seldom told.
Their hands soon to be red with the blood of millions.
A timeless account, the real-life experience of those who struggle to make sense of the world at war. Next Monday at 7 on BBC Two.
BBC Two continues its tribute to the life and work of Lou Grade with the first of 4 programmes this afternoon, starting at 5 o'clock. It's an action-adventure with Sir Francis Drake that helped put ATV on the map in the 1950s. That's after we join David Vine introducing live show-jumping action now from Hickstead.